Well, folks, I've been getting screwed around again. Now I'm on hold with Red Canada yet again. I'm going to see what I can do about blocking out some of my information, but right now I really don't give a shit whether my information's blocked or not. I'm just tired of this fucking federal government doing whatever the fuck they want. And Trudeau, if you're listening, watching this, anything, I hope your plane crashes, you fucking goof. Here, let me put up the blinds here so you can. Oh. Sorry, this is so boring, folks, but I figured I'd show everybody what we're going through here in Canada just to get through. They're forcing me to do my income taxes, but when I try to get my stuff from them, they won't give it to me. Answer every one of their questions, and they just tell me no. So, nine minutes so far on hold. And to Mitchell, thank you so much, bro. You have a great day as well. I know I haven't been doing many videos lately in that. I had a problem when I was in Ontario, so I've been doing a lot of legal work in that, and it's been hard to talk about. There will be an update coming soon, but it just goes to show dirty cops get to do whatever they want, especially in Toronto. So, yeah, a cop can put a gun to your head in Toronto and threaten you and beat the fuck out of you and force you to leave the province, but nothing happens to them. Probably get a promotion actually for running me out of the province. But that's the type of fucking policing that I've encountered all across Canada. And nothing's changing. You know, I fought for human rights and the Privacy Act in Canada way back in the 80s. And they were changed. And then all of a sudden, because of this fucking COVID bullshit, all of our rights are gone. Like they just went right out the window. Now remember, in 1982, the federal government, along with all the premiers of each province and territory in Canada, signed what was called the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in Canada. And it was Justin Trudeau's father that was the prime minister at the time. And then what did he do? He took it all from us because of a phony pandemic. None of that pandemic bullshit should have happened. You got people that are dying because of the shot that they got, but none of that's been broadcasted on mainstream media because mainstream media, especially in Canada, considering that there's only really three uh, television stations in Canada. Yeah, there's hundreds. We got, specialty stations and everything, but you have Rogers TV, which owns Shaw Cable now, which is a lot of channels. Then you have CTV. You won't need to wait to speak with an agent. Once you have applied, now, you will also be able to use my account to check the Rogers of your payment. Go to Canada.ca and them buying Shaw, which means that the global television is under Rogers. Then you have Bell Media, which is CTV, and all these specialty stations. And then you got so the CBC, three, maybe four. All of them are owned by either Rogers, Bell, or the Canadian government. And how are you supposed to get any transparency there? Since we're on the topic of shit like this, what about here in Canada? Everybody says, well, just go to a different grocery store. Go to a different grocery store. But what people don't understand is every grocery store in Canada is owned by three companies. Just three companies. You have Metro / Co-op. Then you have Sobeys, which is the Empire Group. And then you got the Weston family, which is the Superstore and Loblaws and all that. Now, they bought up all these Dominion, AMP, Fortinos, and all that. They're all owned by just these three companies. And then they put the prices so high. Like here in New Brunswick, I went to the store last week to get some lettuce. Do you know it's $4 for a fucking small head of lettuce like this? $4. You know, and then the next week they're on sale for $1.39. You know, a loaf of bread here is $4.39 for a fucking loaf of bread. You know, our gas right now is at $1.82.5. That's over $7 a gallon US for gas that in the States are paying $3.59 for. The same shit. It's all coming from the same company, OPEC. But because of this government and the way they act and do shit like this and keep people on hold for hours at a time, nobody trusts them. Nobody trusts what's going on here at all. You know, why should we? You know, he in the just this year alone implemented not one but two carbon taxes and then an HST tax on top of that, which brought the price of a liter of gas up 61 cents for 1 liter. You know, we have one of the largest oil reserves in the world. We have some of the cleanest environmental drilling in the world. And yet, Trudeau, nope. You know that Canada is a self sufficient country, but because of the Trudeau government, we now have to rely on other countries for food, products, vehicles. All this, all has, you know, and this carbon tax just screwed everybody here in Canada. So until Justin Trudeau's out, our country's fucked, you know? Um, like I said, I hope his plane goes down. I hope he fucking gets killed in a plane crash. And that's my own personal beliefs. It's not no threat because I can't even fucking own even a Pelican. So don't think that I'm going to be out there with some fucking stupid fucking thing thinking that I'm going to take down a plane. No. Plus, that coward wouldn't even come to Moncton, New Brunswick, anyways. And if he did, he better make sure that he's got more than what he usually has with him. I will take the beating, but I will come after you. I'm sick of it. You're nothing but a piece of scum, fucking pedophile that should not be in fucking government, period. So, probably the reason why your wife left you is because you've been married for 18 years. That makes her too old for you now, Justin. You like them 14 and 15 years old, remember? I was the one that broke that story on you fucking 5 years ago. So come after me. I don't give a shit. I got the pictures. I got you sitting with that 14-year-old girl, all fucking cuddly and everything, in a fucking school photo. Yeah, I have it. And I was the one that distributed it. And you can come after me all you want. I don't give a fuck. As far as I'm concerned, your tongue, the only thing your tongue's good for is licking fucking assholes after people take a shit. Because that's all you are, is a piece of shit. Come after me. I want you to. I fucking dare you, Justin. See how your fucking staff do it? Look, 19 minutes now I've been on hold, trying to get a hold of Revenue Canada. And I was on hold for 45 minutes before that for them to fucking refuse me. My fucking paperwork. They're refusing me. Hey, Karen, how are you, my dear? I'm a little bit pissed right now, as you can tell, but I'm I'm so fed up. I wish I could get out of this country. I right now, because of Trudeau, I am so. If he stays in, if he gets elected again, we're all fucked. The country is gone to hell. You got a government that works with the Chinese government. He's been doing that since for a long time. We had Chinese people come over here to train with the Canadian Army and that. And what did he do? He showed them all the stuff that we do here. And then what did they do? They went back to China so that they could show what we do so that they can counter offense what we do. That's called treason. And not only that, but during the pandemic, one of the major hotels that he used was the Radisson chain hotels. Now, do your research. Just go on Google and look at who owns the Radisson chain hotels. It's a communist Chinese party. Yeah. And he paid these hotels to use them as COVID jails. And then those people were charged at least $1,000 a night that were forced to stay there. And where did all that money go? Where does all that money go from the Radisson chain hotels? It all goes back to China. So our money is not staying here. It's going back to China. And all these people that use the Radisson chain hotels should really stop and boycott them. Because all you're doing is going to the Communist Chinese Party and supporting them like Justin Trudeau. No, I'm not that bad, snark and sass. I'm dealing with a lot of problems in Toronto. I got a lawsuit actually that I'm working on. So, I'm working on a video that I'm putting together right now. But what people don't understand is we have a country here with 40 million people. Okay. We have the largest landmass in the world next to Russia. And we have 40 million people here. The States has 400 million. The new progress tracker in my account will show you detailed progress updates and the expected completion date for certain items. This includes requests submitted through my account for relief from interest and penalties, or a formal dispute, as well as the progress of an application for disability tax credit. We have these 40 million people here. Please hold. An agent will be with you. We have 1.5 million registered homeless beds in Canada. Now, I've worked in social services since 1985. I've worked mainly with the homeless. We have 1.5 million registered homeless beds in Canada. Every one of them are full. We have 10 cities all over Canada, which works out to be over another million people that are sleeping on the streets here in Canada. We have over 2,400 veterans that are homeless here in Canada. And yet, Justin Trudeau wants to send $1.5 billion to places like Africa for abortions. He wants to send all these billions of dollars to Ukraine. And yet we're sending all this money to Ukraine and we're taking all these people into Canada. So now we're basically doubling it. Every year they talk about a housing crisis. Well, what people don't understand is just before Justin Trudeau became prime minister here in Canada, we only had 33 million people. He's let in 7 million people in 8 years and only built 200,000 homes. It makes no sense to me, folks. It makes no sense to me. Over 8 years, he's built 1.6 million homes. Maybe. but he's let in 7 million people, and then he wonders why we have such a homeless crisis. We don't have enough places here at all. And the worst thing that any government has done here in Canada for the longest time is when the Conservatives were in and said that anybody that's in a mental health institution, as long as they take their medication and they're not why they're on their medication, they're not a threat to people or themselves, they kicked everybody out of these mental institutions. Well, what did that do? It literally flooded all the shelters. I literally watched it happen. I was working at Canada's largest men's shelter in Toronto back then. And I literally watched it go from us having about 100, 150 beds every night to having to literally turn 150 to 200 people away daily after they did this. And now they're still letting in more people. The US has been paying people to go to New York, and then the New York governor is sending them to Roxham Crossing in Quebec. We had over 35,000 illegal aliens come in through that one border crossing. That one border crossing, over 35,000 come in here to Canada, and yet we can't do anything. Hey, Tapatillos, how are you, brother? So we have a huge problem with our government here. Obviously, everybody knows. The guy likes to do blackface. He likes to dress up, says Arabian Nights. I got, wait till you see the video I'm working on with a whole bunch of pictures of him and what he's done as Mr. Dress Up of Canada. Now, yes, Mr. Dress Up is Canadian. He has been on the air for years. And it was a children's show. But Canada is not a children's show. Canada is a country. And our main thing here in Canada, what we're known for here in Canada is freedom. Well, we were used, that was our identity. Now we're a dictator, we're a communist country. Straight up, we're a communist country. You guys think in the States that Joe Biden's bad and all that bullshit with his son and stuff like that? You know, we've had a prime minister that involved himself in the S&C lab when we have what's called elbow gate, where he likes to elbow people in the House of Commons on the floor. He's used Chinese controlled um, uh, hotels. Um, he's lied to the public. He's called us misogynistic, a fringe minority, racist. And this is what he's calling his people that put him in. This is what he's saying because they don't believe or have the same views as him. So he calls them all racist and misogynistic. You know, called the Emergency Act in that we've only ever had to use once in my lifetime, and I'm 56, and it's only ever happened once other than war. And that was back in, well, we're talking World War II, not even Vietnam or anything. We're going back to World War II. Other than that, in the 70s, we had a problem in Quebec where there was a politician that was held captive, and I believe that they shot or something like that. But that was the only time. Then he brings in the Emergency Act for bouncy castles and that. He said that all these protesters blocked the streets. That's not true. When the truckers came, they parked down one side and up the other, and the center lanes were free to go. It was the city of Ottawa that came in and put those concrete barriers across and blocked off the roadways and blamed it on the protesters. So you got roads that are blocked off by the city by putting up all those concrete road barriers and everything, those Jersey barriers. So why wouldn't they party in the street? It's all blocked off. Yeah, there's a bouncy castle there. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's an act of terrorism. People were standing there and all they wanted was that coward to come out and talk to them. But what did he do? He hid in Defino and he hid here and hid there and wouldn't come and talk to them. And then called the an emergencies act, had a woman trampled by a horse. You know, there's so much. One of the cops at about 15 feet away from a reporter shot her with a fucking canister, one of those smoke canisters, and hit her right in the leg. Rebel News reported. Don't believe me? Go check it out. Rebelnews.com. Check it out on Facebook. They're and on YouTube here, but they're mainly on Rumble now because of the censorship that this channel right here, YouTube and Google does, and the censorship that Meta and Facebook does. You don't hear about so much censorship anymore on Twitter, do you? Ever since Elon Musk bought it and took control of it. You're allowed to talk about your government now without reprisal and without getting kicked off of Twitter. But no other platform except for Rumble and maybe Odyssey and BitChute, or I don't even know if half these companies are around. I know Rumble is. And Rumble is a Canadian company and it supports free speech platform more so than our own Canadian government. So how long has it been now? 31 minutes and 40 seconds. Still on hold. So, oh, thanks, Karen. And I'm actually working on that right now. I'm working on a little show that I might be doing here very shortly. So.
Hello, this is Ladonia, agent ID 37515 NCR. How can I help you?
Yeah, I've been trying to get my I hear that a lot. Everybody wants to apologize for everybody else, but nobody wants to take accountability for their actions. That lady should be fired.
So what we can do is see how I can assist you now. Okay?
Yep.
So you're saying that you need your tax slips, so your T4s and more.
Well, you guys are forcing me to do it. So
for 2020, 21, and 2022.
That's right.
So let's go ahead and take a look into your account and see what we can find.
Yep.
May I please have your social
Hey, folks.
Do you have if these questions cannot be answered? We're not finished with the questions yet, but if they cannot be, you would need to write a letter requesting it.
That's bullshit because I've already done that and you guys refused it.
So let's move forward to see how
So what? No answer on that. I just told you I did that and you guys refused it. I mean, are you going to answer what I just said? You don't care, do you? You're just somebody that takes Canadian money from taxpayers and you don't give a shit about what's going on. You just want to be robotic and forget about everything and forget about what people are doing just because you want to be a robot for Justin Trudeau. So, what's your questions?
I'm trying to assist you.
Well, not really, but.
Have you ever authorized a person, a firm, or a tax preparer who can contact us on your behalf?
Maybe years ago, but not lately. I haven't done my taxes in 3 years. The last person that did my taxes, was the Salvation Army in Fredericton.
And how about before that?
There was a guy in Toronto, Lauren Weinreb, and there was also a lady, Martha Nangalama, that did my taxes too back in 29.
Sorry, go ahead.
Back in 2009, I believe it was. Martha Nangalama did my taxes because of where I was working for her.
Okay. And do they have a particular business name?
Nangalama Enterprises Incorporated.
Okay. Do you have any letters or correspondence from this CRA?
No.
And do you have any previous tax slips like T4?
How many times do I got to tell you guys this? I was robbed for everything last year. I have nothing. How many times do I got to tell you?
And as I mentioned, I'm just asking these questions so I can better assist you to get access to
but I've already answered that question 3 times, and now you're asking it again. But go on.
Previous tax returns fine, and you have no previous tax slips. Okay. So is there maybe another person who was able to contact us on your behalf, maybe in the past, a little further back than 2019, or a firm who has previously filed your taxes, who, if ever you needed them to contact the CRA, that
not that I know of.
Able to?
Those are the only people that I remember, Salvation Armies and that, because that and that guy Lauren Weinreb in Toronto, but that there was a huge court case and everything that I had to go through. I had my taxes revoked and everything because of him.
Tax firm?
Pardon me?
And no other tax firms who may have been able to contact us for you in the past? It doesn't have to be the most recent past, but it could be further back.
I believe I used H&R Block a couple of times in my lifetime. I can't remember all the places I go to get my taxes done. Lately, for the last 10 years, I've been going wherever I can get them done cheap or for free. But because of this COVID that you guys put out, everything was shut down for years, and I've been trying to do my income tax, and you guys keep screwing me around. I haven't gotten any help whatsoever during the whole pandemic because of this. I lost out on all that extra money that you guys were giving out to people that are in true need, the food bonus and all this other, the extra GST, everything. I didn't get any of it because of you guys for not giving me what I needed.
In order to get any of these benefits, your taxes need to be filed.
Right, and in order to do that, I had to go through you guys in order to get those forms. Hold it, I'm still talking. Now, I tried for years.
Canada Revenue
See that?
Agency's telephone service.
She just hung up on me.
On telephone to participate in this survey. In this survey, we will ask you 5 questions about the service you received today. Please listen to all of the options before selecting your response. If you want to hear the question again, press the star key. If you want to skip a question, press 6. Let's begin the survey. Question 1. I was able to reach the appropriate agent through the CRA's telephone service. Press 1 if you strongly disagree. Question 2. I was on hold for a reasonable length of time before speaking with an agent. Press 1 if you strongly disagree. Question 3. The information I received from the agent met my needs. Press 1 if you strongly. Question 4. The information I received from the agent was clear. Question 5. Overall, I was satisfied with the service I received today. Press 1 if you strongly disagree. Thank you for taking the time to participate in our service.
So I guess I'm not allowed to file my taxes or anything. This is what I go through, folks. You try to explain something to them, and what do? They hang up, or they try and talk over you. And they think that when you ask them to be quiet so that you can finish speaking, they hang up on you. And then they wonder why people are fucking pissed at them. right? Like, what am I supposed to do? I sent in the letter 2 years ago. I've been phoning for 2 fucking years so that I could get my taxes caught up to date. This is what I keep going through, folks. The government is not here to help. And the way that this is going, um, a lot of people are going to start snapping. I know that I'm about to. And I know if I see that little prick Justin Trudeau, I will run through his fucking security, or at least try. I will beat that little bitch like the bitch that he is. I've offered to get in the ring with him, and he's a fucking coward. Come box me, motherfucker. I'm older than you too, Justin. So come fight me. I fucking dare you. I'll tell you what, if you fight me and you win, you can disconnect all of my fucking benefits. How's that? But if I win, you're gone and you owe me $1 million. How about that? And it won't be fucking pretty. I'm sick of you and sick of all this bullshit. You see what fucking people are going through every fucking day because of you. You goof. You piece of shit. You're probably over there fucking licking Marco Mendocino's fucking ring piece because, you know, anything that comes out of your mouth is full of shit. So you might as well put some more back in it, right? He might get his hair messed up, right? Mr. fucking pretty boy. I don't give a fuck about my hair. I just hide it under a hat. I don't give a fuck. But him, he thinks he's too pretty. Yeah, that's why there's so many pictures. What about when he? There you go. What about when you were kissing Tom Mulcair, the guy from the NDP party? Give him a smacker right on the fucking lips. Watch later, folks. The picture will be out in about an hour or so. About an hour after this video is done, there's another one coming out. And I got the pictures. He likes to kiss men. His wife left him because she's too old for Justin. He only likes them between 14 and 17 years old. I got proof. Absolute proof. Absolutely the proof of him sitting there with a 14-year-old girl. Push me, Justin. I fucking dare you. And I will make the worst fucking video about you that you will have to leave the country. And I don't even give a fuck if I get charged for defamation or not. But you're gone. We've all had it with you. And all those pictures, Mr. Dress Up likes to walk around in Indian clothes and pirate patches and blackface and all these other dress ups and all the different lies that you've told, all the fucking scandals that you've done. You know, you're a fucking pedophile. Get the fuck out of our country. Simple as that. Give your wife the divorce that she needs. Give her the fucking cottage out in Tofino too, because they don't want you out there. You want to stay in Quebec, you got a lot of supporters there. Go to Quebec. Preferably, I think you should go back to your dad's homeland of Cuba. We all know that Fidel Castro's your actual father. Okay? Prove me wrong. Do a DNA test to prove that Pierre was your father. I bet you won't do it. Come on, we'll do a fucking Maury show right here in Canada saying that Fidel Castro, you are the father of Justin Trudeau. But I guarantee you he won't do it because he's a coward and he knows what we'll find out. So, obviously, I won't be able to do any more phone calls today to try and fucking get my taxes done. I may have to go right down to the revenue building here in Moncton and with my cameras and that. I've had it, you know. They're going to do this or they're going to be held accountable. These videos, this is the reason why I try to record these to show how corrupt they are. Yeah, I might be getting a little bit out of line, but they won't even let you talk. They just want to talk over you and not fucking do anything about it. You ask them a question, they just asked you a question. They don't even answer the question. So, I'm going to end this here. And we're at 47 minutes and got no help whatsoever. So, and I've been doing this since 9:30 this morning, trying to get through. I don't know what to do anymore. You know, I'm trying to still pay off my fucking camper here. You know, so anyways, you all take care. Thank you all. C4T, Karen M, always good to see you. Thanks for being a moderator in here today for me, my dear. Much appreciated. And all the rest of you guys that have stopped in and just listened to me rant about this for a few minutes. Tapatios, it's always good to see you, my brother. Love your work as always. And Brandon Mitchell, thank you for being here also. Um, so until the next time, folks, peace out. Always, always, always record your government.